Start recording. Stop recording. Button.
Good Martian Manhunter Monday. Ironically, this is funny because the review that I'm going to be doing on the first episode of Justice League, the animated series, Secret Origins, is technically about the Martian Manhunter. So, I find it quite funny that I just said Martian Manhunter Monday. And we're doing a review on that. So, anywho. I'm not going to give you spoilers. I'm not going to give you the entire episode because I want you to go watch it yourself. But I am going to give you highlights. If that's alright with you. I think Justice League the Animated Series was a great series. Along with Superman the Animated Series and Batman the Animated Series. So, yeah. Sorry, my asthma's acting up today. It's raining and yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get stuff out of the way before I start the review. You can follow me on Twitter, AutumnMoon at ShieldMaiden30. I have a video on the groups that I run on Facebook. I'm not gonna go all through that right now down the list, but you can check that out. I just did that yesterday. You can share the videos. If you like a video, hit that thumbs up. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Share with your friends. Let them know. Yeah, we'll get this party started, shall we? The episode's called Secret Origins. This is a 3-part episode, by the way. And it starts out where these astronauts went to Mars. And they stole this capsule thingy. And then they came to Earth. And they ended up having, well, we'll come to know as Jean. And, you know, because what happened was on Mars, they had a war with these guys called the Imperium. And basically they wiped out all the Martians. They took a hold of their psychic energies and they wiped them out. And Jean and a small amount of Martians managed to paralyze them and basically keep them dormant. But the astronauts kind of screwed that up. And, you know, just like humans, having to go mess with things that have nothing to do with them, they messed with things and woke them up. So, the Imperium were pissed. So, I guess they followed the humans to Earth. And then you see Superman, the senator wanted Superman to demilitarize all the missiles. So he did. He was going around basically taking care of all the warheads and some of that. So everyone's like, yay, Superman's watching over us. And all these fucking alien ships kept landing. They kept landing and landing, and everyone was wondering what the hell was going on, but the government was trying to keep it a secret. So, and then you see Superman go to this government building, and Batman's following him. He's like, why are you destroying government property? And Superman's like, well, and they see Jean, and Batman's like, no, Superman's like, he's been calling out to me telepathically, but I couldn't couldn't hear him at first because of this, I guess they had like a field around him, so they can keep him detained. So Superman frees Jean. And basically, they meet up with Flash, Hawkgirl, Diana, who was first on Themyscira. She was feeling that there was trouble going on in Man's World, because Jean was also reaching out to her telepathically. And her mom basically said, hey, that's Man's World. Leave it alone, that's not for us. The gods are going to protect us here on the island. You just don't know about that. Diana's like, nope, can't do that. Gotta go help him out, man. So I'm gonna go. So she snuck off the island without her mommy knowing. And her, Flash, Superman, Hawkgirl, Lantern, Batman, and Jean, they all work together. I think, yes, Superman and Hawkgirl end up getting captured. So they have to go protect their asses. And I remember in one particular part of the episode where the world's basically freaking out because they think the world's coming to an end, and Diana's like, oh, they're acting like savages, and John's like, don't judge them. They're acting out of fear. It's not because, because he knows what it's like to lose all his peoples. So he didn't want Diana to judge them because everyone was just going crazy. The criminals were breaking into stuff, and it was just basically an apocalyptic scene. Basically, the whole episode was like an apocalyptic scene because the aliens that were invading Earth, they lacked darkness, so they were basically covering the sun because they are nocturnal creatures. In the end, they ended up defeating the Imperium. I'm not going to tell you how, because like I said, I am not giving you spoilers. And then you get to see the Watchtower, the first Watchtower, because I'm going to let you know, in this series, the Watchtower is destroyed, I think, about 2 or 3 times. Don't quote me, but yeah. The first Watchtower, and Superman was basically telling them, we saved the planet. Why don't we stick together? I thought I could do this for myself, but I can't. I'm just a one-man person. Now, together we could do this together. And so then they made a little nod to the Super Friends, because Flash was like, what, some sort of Super Friends? So I guess they kind of made a little nod to that. And then Superman's like, Justice League, and then Flash was like, that's corny. But he said, I'm in, and everyone's like, they're in. And I guess Jean, they had to convince him, and he joined. And that's how the Justice League was basically formed. In the DCAU, anyway. Which is my favorite version of the Justice League. I don't give a care what anyone else has to say. Those are my original 7. I love them to death. I love that episode. It was action-packed. It was suspenseful because it was a 3-part episode, so they kind of left you hanging. I don't know why they did that in the first 3 episodes, but the first episode was a 3-parter. I don't know why they did it, but it was nice. It was really nice to see. The actor, the VAs did a really good job. I love every last one of them, and especially Carl. He really makes you feel for Jean. I was watching an interview actually that he did one time. And he said Jean kind of reminded him of himself because he's an immigrant himself. So he really, I guess he kind of empathized with Jean. So he put a little of himself into his work. I like when actors do that because it helps you bond with the character. I'm not an immigrant, but I know what it's like to be an outcast. You know what I mean? I'm not an immigrant at all. But I'm pagan, so a lot of people, when they hear the word pagan, they automatically assume stupid crap, or, they say stupid things, or they get stereotypical on your ass, and you learn to brush it off. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt, but you learn to brush it off. And, yeah. I think the VAs have a very good chemistry together. I really would love to see them back. Secret Origins was a really good episode, and it's a far cry from the story about Jean in Supergirl series. That's a little bit more harsh. It's also sad. But both stories lose his family. One by fire, one by aliens just wiping them out because they took a hold of their psychic powers and was able to use it against it. Because Martians are peaceful people. They don't fight. They don't believe in taking life. They are very peaceful people. But they had to learn war in order to survive. But Jean is very peaceful. That's what I like. That's what I like about him. Kind of like reminds me of the old Buddha. Like the wise old Buddha. You can come to him and talk to him and stuff. He's an empath, so. Just trying to think, is there anything else I need to tell you without spoiling the freaking episode, because I'm not telling you everything. In none of my episodes will I tell you the entire thing, because I believe if I ruin it, you're not going to want to watch it. I wouldn't want someone spoiling it for me, so I decided to give you a brief rundown of Secret Origins. Basically, it was a backstory on Jean. and John having to take care of some unfinished business with the guys who came to his planet about thousands of our Earth years ago. That's what John said. Don't look at me. That's how he said it. So, well, I hope you enjoyed the review. Sorry I gave it to you late. I feel like an ass, but like I said, things came up this weekend, and I'm gonna try to have your review up by this Monday. I mean, that's Monday. This Friday. Next one's gonna be about John Stewart, the Green Lantern, who is my favorite Green Lantern. I don't care what no one says. So, and it's not just because he's black. I just like him. I really do like him, and his VA is freaking amazing. I mean, he just sounds like that tough, that gentle soul. So I really like that. I admire all of them. I would love to like sit down and interview all of them like one day. That would be so rad. Or not just interview, just sit down and have a lunch date. I mean, what? A girl can dream. I'm allowed to dream. There's nothing in this world saying that I can't dream, because if you dream and if you believe and if you hope, that's the start of reality. So don't let anyone tell you differently. Alright, well, I'm off. Tonight is Supergirl, tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the CW. So if you watch it, be there. So, just thought I'd throw a little Supergirl advertising in there. David Harewood, who actually sounds completely British as heck when he's not playing John, does a really good job, actually. Because when me and my husband looked him up, he was like, he's born in England. I'm like, how is he born in England? He does not sound British. And then I decided to do a little research on YouTube, and just like the guy who plays House, he could definitely disguise his voice. Does a really good job, though. So, and I think that's pretty cool how they had Carl and David work together. I was like, two Johns. Carl plays John's father in Supergirl, for those of you who don't know. So I think that's kind of rad. I'm tagging them in the video now. Anyway, you all take care. I'm going to go eat lunch now because I'm hungry, and I got up late. And it's raining outside, and I swear I wish this rain would stop. I mean, I love the rain, but my back doesn't enjoy it. So, I had surgery a couple of years ago, and it's like, ugh. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Now I'm rambling. So, yes, I will have your next review on Friday, hopefully, if things don't go crazy on me. Yeah. For the pagans, 7 months till Yule. Blessed be to all a good day.
Stop recording.